Greetings, my friends. George here from No Nonsense Metal Reviews. Welcome back. I'm here today with another collection update. I've got an assortment of killer releases here. 5 vinyls, or 5 releases, more discs than that. More on that in a moment, but all from the legendary Motörhead, rock and roll legends, speed freaks, and absolutely one of my favourite bands. Absolutely adore Motörhead. So I'm going to be taking you through these recent vinyl pickups, showing off recent additions to the collection. Now, Motörhead, I absolutely love Motörhead. They're one of my all-time favourite bands. In recent years, there's been a whole lot of reissues of the Motörhead catalogue. There's also been tons of compilations. To be honest, I found it a little bit of a moral confliction. Part of me is a total completionist and I want to have all the releases in all the different formats. I want to have the CDs and the vinyl. I want to have the nice colourful vinyls as well. But at the same time, can't help but feel like there's a whole lot of cashing in and just trying to get money for old rope, you know, these classic albums, truly legendary albums, being reissued in multiple colour formats of vinyl within a few years of each other for 40, 45, 50th anniversary. It all just seems a little bit much, but the completionist has come out of me once again, and there has been a few of these 50th anniversary releases that I have picked up. So this is obviously the absolute classic live album, single live album from Motörhead, released in 1981. I want to say, I'm drawing a little bit of a blank there. 1981. So, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. I do have this original here. It's in absolutely fine condition considering the age, and also I have it on a couple of different CD formats, but it is a favourite live album of mine, as it is of many other Motörhead fans, of course, and fans of all things rockin' and speeding. So it's just a single sleeve. This reissue does not expand onto 2 discs, which I feel like it should. It should definitely be a double album. It's an argument as old as time. But we do have pretty much the same kind of format here as with previous reissues. Inner sleeve with lots of pictures. I will say though, one of the cool features about this 50th anniversary is that we have here a very interesting black and yellow colour on colour vinyl. And it is cool. It is cool. It's not a massively heavyweight vinyl, but it is a cool reissue. It's obviously an absolute all-time classic live album, and there's nothing that I can say more that hasn't already been said 1,000 times over. It is an absolute essential. It is an amazing live album. Of course, it was a #1 as well. It went into the album charts at #1, which says a whole lot. I thought I did keep this. So the 50th anniversary vinyls do have a little sticker. Unfortunately, the shrink wrap, it didn't want to play along, so I ended up cutting it out. I don't know why I did this, but I thought, you know what, that's really cool. So it actually, you know, makes it clear this is the 50th anniversary version of No Sleep. Otherwise, you wouldn't necessarily really know. But what is another cool feature is that this does come with a cool poster. So it's an album cover poster, which is quite a nice touch there. That is such an iconic and legendary cover with the bomber lighting rig there. It is awesome. And I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of the album because it is a marvellous album. Absolutely fantastic. It's one of the great, all-time great live albums, I think. I would say that it's not the only great Motörhead live album, but more on that in a moment. So we've got the 50th anniversary, No Sleep Till Hammersmith. Then up next, I'm going to try and keep this in chronological order, actually. It's going to leap quite a bit forward in Motörhead's career, but a recent album that I picked up. It's an album that I really enjoy. I've been a big fan of this album since I first heard it many moons ago. I first got into Motörhead when I was probably about 14, 15, something around that age. And one that always stood out to me, certainly for its amazing artwork, was Orgasmatron, released in '86. So this is a bit of a different album. I feel that this just has a different feel to it. It is a great album, and it was following on from a run of very good albums, in my personal opinion. This particular vinyl version is a reissue from a few years ago. I'm not quite sure what the year is. I was hoping it'd say on the disc, but it's just a standard black vinyl. That said, it is a nice one. Nice heavy duty. It's a heavy duty black vinyl. But this album to me just has quite a different vibe to it. It doesn't quite fit in with the same formula of fast and frantic rock and roll. It is still pretty fast and frantic. Show off our inner sleeve here. This is cool. But it just packs some really great punchy tunes. It almost has a little bit of a, I don't know, a rawness to it. Certainly in the production anyway. It's actually produced by Bill Laswell and co-produced and recorded by Jason Corsaro. So there you go, a little bit of background there. But I've always really loved, like, Death Forever, really catchy track there, really catchy tune. Nothing Up My Sleeve, Ain't My Crime, the brilliant Claw, Mean Machine, Built for Speed, Riding with the Driver, of course the classic Dr. Rock, which Motörhead opened up many live sets with, and the title track Orgasmatron, with that kind of very ominous, stomping, grooving track that it is. I don't know what it is about this album, but I feel like it has its own sort of charm. It's almost like an innocence and a magic to it. But if you consider the brilliant albums that came before it, with albums like Another Perfect Day, which I personally hold in high regard, and even before that, there is a lot of consistency up to Another Perfect Day, and then they're kind of trying a little bit more of a musical direction. But this, again, just like Another Perfect Day, really does feel like quite a considerably different album. But I love it. And actually, this is a really nice vinyl reissue, not an original. Doesn't actually say the year of this particular reissue, but it is a nice one. And this is a great album. I feel this is a bit of an underrated album, personally. So we've got this lovely copy of Orgasmatron. So somewhere between these two discs, in fact. Not quite rock and roll, but not quite as early as No Sleep. So after rock and roll, yes, most certainly. Before rock and roll, we had Orgasmatron. After rock and roll, we had this, the next 50th anniversary reissue. This is the No Sleep at All live album. And this one I did manage to keep in the shrink. I'm not really sure. I think it's because it just looks better with those gold shiny stickers on. This is a great live album. Absolutely fantastic. So it was recorded in Finland at the Giants of Rock Festival. And the year escapes me. But I think this is a brilliant live album. I think this is a really underrated live album. It sounds fantastic in this, this 50th anniversary presentation. It's 1988. So it sounds brilliant, actually. And it really does bring some of the best tracks from this album to life in a live setting. Absolutely fantastic. So again, same format. We've got those nice big gold stickers there. Single sleeve. And what was a little bit disappointing is it's just a standard inner sleeve as well. So it does kind of make it seem like a little bit more of a budget affair. And the splatter is not quite as cool or as impactful as the No Sleep Till Hammersmith scheme. That's far better, but you know, it's still cool, and actually it's just cool to be able to have this great live album on vinyl. Certainly don't remember it being readily available. Don't know if it is readily available in any other form or reissue. We do again have a cool poster. I do like the kind of collage of stickers that we've got going there on the flight case. So Motörhead, No Sleep at All. I think if it wasn't for the fact that this is such a good live album, such a strong live album, it wouldn't be something that I would recommend picking up. I think that it seems a little bit cheap in comparison to even the No Sleep Till Hammersmith, but it's packed with brilliant tracks, the majority of which come from rock and roll and also from Orgasmatron. So we've got Dr. Rock, we've got Traitor, Dogs, we've got Eat the Rich, we've got Built for Speed, Death Forever, the absolutely fantastic Just Cause You Got the Power. Then we've got Killed by Death and Overkill. So it's a short and sweet live album, really, but it is really, really freaking good. I absolutely love it. It's a good period in the band in that we've got Lemmy, we've got Wurzel on guitar, Filthy Animal Taylor on drums, and then we've got Phil Campbell on guitars as well. And it's just solid. It's energetic stuff. Absolutely love it. So one for the fans. If you're a Motörhead fan, if you're a bit of a completionist like me, then it's definitely one to check out. But again, you do feel a little bit shortchanged. The plain inner sleeve, the pretty wanting splatter effect there, and the fact it's a single disc. But after that, fast forward a few years, up to just after Overnight Sensation in the late 90s, I think it was 98, Motörhead had obviously learned their lesson and went all out with this. This is the absolutely excellent Everything Louder Than Everyone Else live album, triple frickin' live album as well. Hamburg, 1998, Germany. I love this live album. So I think it was actually recorded, if memory serves, recorded in Hamburg, 1998, actually released in 1999. This, as you can see, is a monster live album. It is a beast of a live album, and it includes just a career-spanning assortment of absolutely amazing tracks. What I particularly like is the fact that it kicks off with Iron Fist, which is a criminally underrated album, and it's a favourite Motörhead album of mine, definitely. But all the way through, we've got brilliant tracks from like the Bastards album. We've got On Your Feet or On Your Knees. We've got some great tracks from Overnight Sensation, which is it's a really underrated album. We've got like Civil War. We've got absolute classics from way back in the Overkill days, like Metropolis. We've got absolutely fantastic Take the Blame. I think that's a great track. Overnight Sensation, Sacrifice. We've got Lost in the Ozone from Bastards, which is a fantastic track. We've got Love for Sale as well. Going to Brazil from 1916. Closing the album out, we've got Bomber, Ace of Spades, and Overkill. So it's a really good mix of classics, the essential Motörhead classics, and also of more recent, to this time anyway, tracks from like Overnight Sensation, Bastards, and Snakebite Love as well. So I won't show all of the discs off because they're all just black, but it's a single sleeve with 3 vinyls in it. However, the vinyls do all have lovely inner sleeves, printed inners. So it's actually in reverse order here. This is disc 2, awesome art. And actually it says it was recorded live at the Docks in Hamburg, Germany, May 1998. This album was recorded 100% overdub free. And the iconic lineup of Lemmy, Phil Campbell, and Mickey D. Awesome. Freaking great stuff. Absolutely love it. This is one of Motörhead's best live efforts over the years. There's been tons and tons and tons of retrospective live albums that have come out, but this one I personally feel is an absolute beast. It's a real career spanner and I love it. And it's lovely that it's a triple vinyl as well. So everything louder than everyone else. An absolute beast. Fast forward even more. This was a recent pickup from, when was this released? 2006. This is the Kiss of Death album. I think this is an absolutely fantastic live album. Absolutely fantastic studio album. Great cover. I actually do have a Kiss of Death t-shirt, and I think it's just such a great cover. That kind of very mean, fierce snaggletooth there, and all those guns and bullets and all kinds of stuff going on. It's serious business. So this reissue, and of course it is a reissue, is complete with an inner sleeve, lyrics, line-up shot, and it comes on a, what is actually very nice, I do like this, if I can get this out gently, a very metallic silver vinyl. Very nice, that is cool. But you might not be able to clearly see, but it's almost got like a molten kind of effect to it, and it's really cool. And I do honestly feel that these latter Motörhead albums like Kiss of Death, Inferno, Motorizer, The World Is Yours, even Aftershock and Up to Bad Magic, the final album, they all sounded marvellous. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliantly produced by Cameron Webb, who did a truly astounding job with this album and with the other albums mentioned there. Includes some excellent heavy freaking tracks as well. They really turned up the heaviness. Tracks like Sucker, Devil I Know, Trigger, Under the Gun. The brilliant and slightly more melodic track God Was Never on Your Side, Living in the Past, Christine. This is good. Side B, just looking at the track list there, Sword of Glory, Kingdom of the Worm, Going Down. Absolutely fantastic. Marvellous album. I would honestly say this is probably, I'm not going to say outright my favourite of the kind of 2000s era Motörhead, but this is certainly up there. It's a true beast of an album. Absolutely fantastic. And this is a really nice vinyl package as well. Looks mean, looks the business. So there we have it. Just a relatively short and sweet run through of yet more Motörhead vinyl that I've added to the collection. 50th anniversary installments of No Sleep Till Hammersmith, the all-time classic live album. The underrated No Sleep at All, which could be a bit of a better package, to be honest. The brilliant Orgasmatron, such a cool artwork, album cover there, amazing. Triple live album, Everything Louder Than Everyone Else. I do have this on CD, and it is a double. In fact, I have all of these on CD, but it's a double disc. And then we've got Kiss of Death, absolutely marvelous stuff. Freaking love it. So, my friends, check out these articles. If you're not familiar with the albums, check them out. They are all essential listening, all very well worth checking out. But what are your thoughts and opinions on the mighty Motörhead? What are your thoughts and opinions on these albums? Interested to hear thoughts and opinions of others as always. But I hope you've enjoyed this humble collection update. Please do feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share. It's all greatly appreciated as always. Check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Till next time, take care of yourselves, my friends. Listen to Motörhead and stay freaking heavy.